Hey guys, I just want to show you the manual power dialer and go high level. A lot of people maybe don't understand it or want to know how to do this. There's actually a few different ways on how to trigger this. You can trigger it based off of like if a pipeline stage is moved, you could trigger it off of a tag. Really, there's tons of different ways you could trigger it. So it depends on your use case scenario. I'll show you one I have set up right now. So I'm in real estate, and if I go to my new leads pipeline, then if we have a new lead and we make 3 attempts to call or text them, each time my guy slides it over to the next attempt, it actually triggers a manual call. When a manual call is triggered, it adds them to a list in your conversations tab. Up here at the top, you have manual actions, and it starts putting them in a list right here. So these are all the calls my sales guy needs to make. So when he gets ready, he can click on the first one. Actually, he just clicks let's start. And what it does is it actually starts dialing right up here. I'm going to, that's actually a real person. You select, what happened, and then it actually gives you a little bit of time to go to the next lead. But it's actually, if you see right up here in the corner, it's starting to go to the next lead. Now we're going to go ahead and pause this. See, that stopped it. If I needed more time to take notes, I could pause it, take notes, and then I could go ahead and click next lead. It's going to automatically start going through, and it's a very quick way for you to go down a list and call everybody you need to call. And it opens up their contact nicely so you can take notes on it. And it's a really neat feature. So if you want to get them in the list, here is one automation I have that gets them there. I told you that when they're moved in the pipeline, it adds them to the list. Well, that's actually a workflow I have set up, and it's in my new lead pipeline actions. So right here, I have if they go to attempt 1, it's right here. This is a manual call action. So what that looks like, if I were to add it, I click the plus, just type in manual action to call, then you save. That's just that simple. It's going to add them to the list, and then it's whenever you go to that list, let's go back to the list, conversations, manual actions. Um, you can actually select the person, your user, that you want, whoever's making these calls, and then it'll make sure and take appropriate action based on that. You can see that they're assigned to that person. If I wanted to, I could create another workflow, and I could say the trigger is a tag. So I could say contact tag. I could select the tag added, select the tag, say I want it to be a buyer, and if a buyer is added, save it. Then I want to do a manual action to call. A lot of people use the manual action to call. A lot of times, the first thing they'll do is they'll do an SMS, and they'll send an SMS to that buyer, and then can I save this? No, it wants me to put in some words here. Maybe we'll just do that. Okay. We'll put in an SMS, and then you do a wait. So maybe you want to wait to see if they reply, contact reply to that SMS. And then you could do an if then. We could say if they don't reply, contact reply, replied. Let's do is false, save action. Then it goes to the manual call. So, and we could do another wait step. We could say, well, we want to wait, a day before this happens. Send an SMS, wait, send a manual call. You could even do, let's see, you could do a voicemail. See, you could upload your voicemail file, and you could send an SMS. You could send a voicemail. You could say, man, they haven't answered any one of those things. We need a manual call this person. So that's how a lot of people use this. And then once it gets into that manual call in conversations, you just start it, and it starts power dialing through. It's a manual power dialer. If you've ever done this type of thing before, you can have dialers that call 3 lines at once. That is not what this does. It just does one at a time. It's just super efficient so that you can manually go through and make a bunch of calls, and it brings up the contact, take notes, and all that type of thing. So hopefully that helps explain the power dialer, the manual power dialer feature in Go High Level.